Whenever we avoid or we try to avoid certain unwanted emotions, certain feelings, two things happen. Either we will not take action that would be very beneficial and aligned to our goals, our desires, our needs, that would bring us closer to that. Or the second thing that can happen is when we also try to avoid certain emotions or feelings, we force things so that we wouldn't feel in a specific way. So, example regarding when we don't want to feel specific feeling or emotion, and that's why we decide to avoid certain action steps, certain behaviors, certain tasks. Yeah. The example that comes up in my mind from personal experience is that in the past, I remember I had to do 100 plus sales calls. I noticed that this strong feeling of fear came up inside of me, and up until that point I haven't done a lot of sales calls. Now that I can recall this time, I can clearly see that behind this fear was a feeling of I really didn't want to feel rejected. I really didn't want to experience someone would say no or collect multiple no's in a row, because that would make me feel that I'm not good enough. Whether our product is not good enough or me doing my job. Basically, that's the feeling that I wanted to avoid at all costs, and how that expressed and manifested was I unconsciously tried to delay these calls as much as possible, having different excuses, just basically even like feeling paralyzed, and it's like, oh my god, I cannot do this, this fright or this anxiety, like I cannot control the outcome. Oh my god, I'm afraid that nobody is gonna sign up, or people will not be interested, or I will not know how to properly talk to them. All of these fears coming up, all of these narratives, these thoughts, and yeah, it's like I just wanted to basically avoid the feeling of rejection, or the feeling that I'm not good enough. Like they would say no, that's rejection. That means like I'm not good enough. This drive of avoiding this certain feeling in the moment impacted my decision making. So yeah, it's like I didn't make the calls, right away as I could, but I was waiting and waiting. And I think, guys, you're aware that the longer you wait on something and allow this, let's say, mental narratives to run for a longer time, the more it creates this anxiety, this fear, this resistance, the bigger the fear becomes. It's also, something that athletes experience pre-game, and once they get in the game, like they start to calm down because they're in the game. They don't have a time and space anymore to think about what's gonna happen when I enter the game. They are already in the game. The cure for this, in my case, would be, or anyone who is listening, is just to do your best to shorten this time of like overthinking, overanalyzing, and allowing these mental paralyzing narratives to run your life. It's just a fantasy. It's like, because this hasn't happened yet, you know. It's like, let's get in the game and let's see first, and then see what happens, you know. But we really try to desperately, how to say, predict the outcome so that we can feel safe and take a specific action towards that. That's not how the life works. So that's one example in case of when we avoid certain actions that we should take. The second example is when we don't avoid certain actions, but we force, you know, certain actions in time and place when it's not always the best option to do so. In the past, regarding to content creation, creative work, etc., I would feel this pressure, this amount of pressure. It's like, yeah, I need to create content, or yeah, it would be really good if I could retain certain frequency, whether it's one video a week or something different. But I had this made up idea that like I need to have this specific frequency of creative work happening in my life. If it doesn't happen, then it means XYZ, you know. I'm not committed, I'm too lazy, I'm not good enough. It's like all of these meanings, you know, given by me. And so I would often feel this thought and emotion, well, if I don't finish this creative work today, or I don't come up with a certain video in the next, let's say, 1 or 2 days, or this weekend, I would feel bad about myself. I would feel that I'm not doing the work that I should be doing, you know. And that led me to force things. And when you try to create from this forced, anxious state, from this egoic, not heart-centered state, it's rarely a good result, you know. It's like, in my head, it was, I'd rather come up with a really crappy video than just wait when I feel better, or yeah, just do it some other time, you know, when I have a let's say higher state of consciousness, or I feel better. For me it was no, like I can't wait, I have to do this now. And when I was forcing things, I felt that also I got drained more because of this, and it was less flow. And yeah, it was a struggle. It wasn't easy for me. Now, I'm not saying that it's good to like just only wait when only inspiration comes, because like, you know, it doesn't always come when you want it to come, or, you know, in certain specific moments when you're rested, or, you know, when it's comfortable for you, like it can come in any moment. And we're also part of that. Like, we have to be receptive, open to different ideas, and yeah, the creative download or impulse can come immediately. So looking back at my past, at my experience, I can tell you guys that I was either avoiding a lot of things, a lot of tasks that would ultimately be serving for me, even if it was uncomfortable, but it would serve me. So I would avoid those tasks a lot because I didn't want to feel certain emotions of rejection, not good enough, fears, or I would force also things, make them happen now, out of anxiety, because I also didn't want to feel not good enough. Like, if I don't do it now, then I'll feel guilt, shame, and that's how the avoidance of certain emotions dictated, my life, my decision making, my behavior, my thinking, and it was not as effective and optimal as I would like it to be. My invitation to you guys is to start noticing these two patterns in your life if you haven't already. So the first pattern would be to, observe the moments or recall after it happened. It's like, that and that moment, like, I avoided that responsibility or that task, or I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to feel perceived as stupid or incompetent or whatever. I didn't want to feel not good enough, not recognized as a smart person or whatever. Start to observe these instances and these moments in your life. That's the first pattern, when we avoid certain responsibilities because we want to avoid certain feeling or emotion, and that drives our decision making and how we operate. And the second pattern to notice and observe is when we try to force something. It's like, nah, I really must do this now. I really must. It's like out of desperation, like I really, really need this, like this neediness, this desperation energy. It's like this anxious energy. It's like, if I don't do this now, I will not calm down, or it's like, getting crazy a little bit. Also, not creating from calm, from grounded place, from heart, but you're up all in this head, and it's like, overanalyzing, struggling, this heaviness, this Notice those moments too. When they happen, also notice what type of results they brought in and how they make you feel. What was the energy? Was it light? Was it heavy? Was it enjoyable or not at all? Notice. And once you have noticed, then make a decision. Do I want to repeat this pattern? Do I want to keep living in the same way? Or would I rather do an experiment and to next time when I am aware of this pattern again happening in real time, in current time, in present time, let's see what happens if I choose to do the opposite. What's gonna happen? Let's see. Out of curiosity, it's like, because for a lot of my life I've been living in this way, and it hasn't brought to the best results. Let's see what happens when I switch it over and do the opposite. Let's find out how many times we have experienced in the past I wish I had courage to do this, or to go to talk to that girl, or do this and that. But we didn't, because we didn't want to feel rejected, not feel good enough, feel like failures. And so we thought that by avoiding this we would protect our feelings. But what also happened is, by avoiding, we also felt, shame, or in paradoxical way, by not trying to do this what we really wanted, and by trying to avoid not feeling good enough, we still ended up feeling not good enough, because we didn't try to do it. We didn't, pursue it to find out what would happen. And when that happens, we feel like crap. It's like, I wish I did that, but I didn't. That feels really shitty. It feels very bad, That's the paradox. We try to avoid not feeling good enough, but by not taking the action, we actually reinforce this thing, and we still feel not good enough because we didn't take the action. And we wonder, what if? How many missed opportunities have we let pass on by us because of this, fear of addressing certain uncomfortable feelings. Paradox is, by trying to avoid the feeling, we still feel the same feeling. And this is like a design mechanism that is designed in a way so that until we keep avoiding, it will keep us bring back to the same feeling that we are desperately trying to avoid. It will keep us back to this feeling so that we could eventually address this feeling, feel it, and resolve that, and to take action after we've felt this feeling. The more we try to avoid certain feelings, the more the universe will start to mirror that into our external environment in our life, with one goal: for us to finally acknowledge it and address it. Otherwise, we are stuck in this pattern of avoidance, and it's like a prison, we cannot fully move on until this is recognized and resolved. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for taking time, doing the work that you're doing, because it matters, not just only for you personally, but the whole world, whole collective. The more we do the work, the more it will have a collective effect in the whole human society, because by doing the work we affect the field on a positive side that allows other people to shift quicker and more powerfully. So thank you. I appreciate you, and I wish you a wonderful life.